of the nation has transited from that of anticipation to expectations. 2023 elections almost over. 26 governors-elects already waiting to be sworn in, while the fate of governorship candidates in Adamawa and Kebbi states still hanging. But INEC has promised to issue a statement next week on when these two inconclusive elections will be concluded. While we await that date, Weekend File has begun its agenda-setting assignment for the governors-elect. Jubilation and fanfare enveloped the air when the governors were announced in most states. Now, this excitement expectedly is as a result of the breath of fresh air the citizens in those states anticipate. But what are some of the key issues the people expect from the state executives? That's our focus tonight on Weekend File. Muhammad Salih Hassan, the national president, One Nigeria Group, is on the wings to give an informed insight into the topic. I'm Yen Rejon. Thank you for joining us on this edition. But first, let's have the news. Commercial banks this weekend opened for operations following directive by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Our correspondent, Boside Ebo, who went round, observed there was calmness that came with a sigh of relief.
Residents came out en masse within the metropolis for cash withdrawal, in line with CBN's directive to ease the pressure caused by the cash crunch on citizens and the economy. This development, however, gave citizens a sigh of relief. So can you tell us the situation and how does this make you feel today?
Well, the situation here is everything done here is organized, and we are happy, very, very happy. Like you can see, that all banks, they are working. Everybody is organized. I just withdrew 20,000 naira.
I'm feeling fine. I really appreciated the house money for ATM.
We're impressed with the directives of the CBN because for the previous weeks, it has been hell.
If this continue like this, within 2 weeks, we can see things begin to happen again. Businesses will even have life again.
We have heard from our respondents. Residents are very happy, and it will amaze you that everybody is organized. The place is coordinated, not as rowdy as it used to be when the scarcity pressure was high. That's the situation here in Abuja. I am Bosede Ebo.
Many thanks, Bosede. And in compliance with the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN's latest directive, some commercial banks in Lagos have commenced weekend banking for customers to deposit and withdraw cash. A visit to some bank branches in the metropolis show a high percentage of compliance. Ruth Ario Samuel has an update.
It is no longer news that Nigerians have been experiencing difficulties obtaining cash from the banks. The cash crunch has brought many inconveniences, with some customers sleeping at ATMs to withdraw the scarce naira notes. The challenge may end soon, as banks can now offer services over the weekend. This is a follow-up to the Apex Bank's instruction that commercial banks should attend to customers on weekends as well. A visit to some commercial banks in the Lagos metropolis on Saturday shows that many of them are now open to customers.
Actually open, and since there's money in their ATM, they say we should use the ATM instead of going inside, and the ATM is working fine. Just that sometimes we have glitches in the internet.
We have to reduce the crowd and make money available out there for us to use.
To reduce the lines, the queues at the bank, it will reduce the tension in the land, and if this continues, by next week things should be back to normal. People should be back to their daily business. Workers will stop being distracted and be at work and be thinking, how do I get cash to go back home?
Also, I think at this point in time, the CBN also need to consider the issue of the daily withdrawal limit, which is another challenge that Nigerians have faced in the last 3 months. It will be good if CBN can, increase the daily withdrawal limit at least above what it is as at this point in time.
Meanwhile, the ATMs are still sparsely dispensing cash to customers with a daily withdrawal limit of 20,000 naira. In Lagos, Ruth Ario Samuel, NTA News.
And away from cash issues now, the Independent National Electoral Commission headquarters premises played host to Nigerian women on a peaceful protest to demand the review and conclusion of the governorship election in Adamawa State. Salihu Gwanara reports.
The protest is an all-women affair in a struggle to support the political ambition of Aishatu Binani, a governorship candidate in the 2023 general elections in Adamawa State. Kebbi and Adamawa states are the two states where governorship elections were declared inconclusive by the Independent National Electoral Commission.
Nigerian women are demanding the following, sir. The verification of Adamawa State governorship election results, just like it was done in Abia and Enugu. Prompt release of result of Adamawa State governorship elections of Senator Aishat Ahiru Ahmed Binani in line with votes in her favor.
The next few days, the commission will announce the date for the conduct of the supplementary election in Adamawa State that Nigerians will be proud of and the international community will be proud of. We want to assure you that the only people that will determine the fate of Adamawa people will be the Adamawa people themselves.
INEC National Commissioner in charge of Information and Voter Education, Festus Okoye, assured them that the commission is making efforts to conclude all pending elections. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
Now, joining us in the studio live is the APC governorship candidate in the Adamawa State governorship election. We have with us Aisha Dahiru Binani. Many thanks for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, good to have you. You just watched that report. So I think I would like to find out first and foremost what your impression is as regards the declaration by INEC talking about the Adamawa governorship poll as inconclusive.
Thank you very much and good evening. First and foremost, I would like to say a very big thank you to the women folk that have find out time out of their busy schedule and program to come out today and on a peaceful protest against the inconclusive declaration by the INEC in the course of this election, governorship election, which was held in Adamawa State on the 18th. And that is just to tell you democracy has come to stay. And the women are on the part of saying no this time around. We form 60% of, if not more than, of the voters in this country. And we have been voting, and now that we have one of us who have scaled through the primaries and has gone into general election, if there is any mischief in the election process or in trying to manipulate her results, that is to say, we are not agreeing. I'm quite impressed, and thank God the commission spokesman have come out to talk to them, and I will urge them to be calm and let's see. And we are watching, because what we are asking for, yes, it was declared inconclusive. The REC declared that. Reason being that so many abnormalities have taken place in the conduct of the election, which includes...
now, talking about the abnormalities, your party actually came out, after the election was declared inconclusive. We're talking about the fact that, certain things didn't go well in some parts of the state. But you haven't actually spoken in that direction. So what are your plans, actually, about those anomalies?
Yes, those abnormalities includes forcing the returning officers to declare results under duress, bypassing of the beavers, stuffing of ballot papers against what in some places against what the beavers have accredited. Maybe if the beavers have accredited 100, you find out that in some of these the ballot boxes. Maybe over 300 ballot papers were stuffed in. So those are the votes that accumulated to make up the PDP votes. And what we are asking for, because the decision of the returning officer based on Section 65 of the Electoral Act is final as far as unmarked ballot papers, rejected ballot papers, and also declaring and returning of the votes of candidates. So, but provided that the commission has 7 days, have powers within 7 days of which to look into the declaration and the return. If it's not in resonance with the law and the regulation, and if the declaration is done under duress. So that is what we have put in a request before the INEC, that we want a review of those local government where we felt those abnormalities have taken place, and we believe that if this review is actually done, we will come to know the actual votes, the genuine votes of the PDP gubernatorial candidate, just like what is done in Abia, for Abia and Enugu, okay, and also Kano State. So that is just what we are asking. Okay,
so it means that you're hopeful that at the end of the day, the right thing will be done by the commission, to ensure that the people of Adamawa get the right person emerging as governor of that state at the end of the day. Now, talking about the emergence of you as the candidate of the APC for the governorship race in Adamawa State, that's a big symbol, or if you like, a big inspiration for so many women in this country. I'm particularly inspired by, how far you've gone politically, and so many women in this country, of course, are rooting for you. So what's your message to women?
First and foremost, yes, I believe we have faith in the commission. They've been doing a very good job, and I think Adamawa State will not be an exception, and an exception with regards to what the precedents that have already been set with Abia and Enugu, and also Kano had their review, and Adamawa State is also one of the states, and because what has happened in the case of Adamawa is even worse than what has happened in the case of Abia, because Adamawa State, this is where one of the returning officer and the EO were arrested in a police station, and were forced to declare result in a police station against declaring result in a collation center. And I believe that was the reason why the REC decided to just declare the result inconclusive. And I believe that because the Governor Fintri was adamant, and his people, that he must be declared winner, that was why he is calling on the commission that they should remove the REC they should deploy the REC out of Adamawa.
Well, away from Adamawa election now. So women in the country generally are looking up to you. You have gone far. Yes, we're hoping that in the next few days a date will be fixed for the election to be concluded and all of that. Yes, and like you've said, you're hopeful that the commission will do the right thing. I'm asking now, what would you like to tell Nigerian women, those who aspire to be like you, and those who have intention to move into the political space?
Yes, the women should not be deterred. We should be encouraged, and we should be calm and have faith in our country, have faith in our democracy. Yes, democracy has come to stay, and we are part of this democratic process, and we shall continue to strive in the democratic dispensation.
Thank you so much for coming on the program. But on a final note now, your advice to residents of Adamawa, especially those areas that will be voting to ensure that the election is concluded, what will be your advice to them? Move about, bring out your PVC, go and vote, or they should sit at home?
No, they should all be warming up. We are going back to the field, and ensure that the right candidates emerge.
All right. Many thanks. A good way to leave the conversation. Many thanks for joining us on the program. Of course, we wish you the very best.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. So we've been talking to the APC governorship candidate in the Adamawa governorship election, Aisha Dahiru Benani. Now, away from Adamawa State, now the Department of State Service, DSS, has alerted the public of plans to violently disrupt peace in the country. Statement by the Public Relations Officer of the service, Peter Afunaya. The service hereby wants those desperate to cause a breakdown of law and order to desist from that. It would be recalled that the service had earlier advised political players to abide by the rules of engagement as well as approach the courts for redress if and where they are suspicious of infractions on extant electoral laws. It is evident that some aggrieved politicians have already taken advantage of this legal process. This, without doubt, is the beauty of democracy. It is strongly believed that this approach enhances peace and security. All and sundry should cherish it. Be that as it may, the DSS will not tolerate a situation where persons and groups take laws into their hands and champion anarchy. Now, the APC Presidential Campaign Council has condemned activities of some persons and groups who are desirous of truncating the nation's democracy. Spokesman Festus Keyamo, in a statement, notes that for reasons best known to them, these persons have remained embittered that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared winner of the 2023 general elections. Repeatedly, but unfortunately, these misguided individuals have called for either the cancellation of the results or that the president-elect should not be inaugurated on the 29th of May, 2023. The council reiterates that these positions are not in tandem with the constitutional provisions or the electoral laws. Now, similarly, stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress say they are intensifying engagements with party members, which is strategy developed by the party to sustain the momentum and desire for positive change as contained in the renewed hope agenda of the president-elect. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Salihu Gonara reports on one of such engagements in Abuja.
The contest to occupy different political offices in the nation have come and gone. Some of those who became victorious at the poll are now engaged in consultations to ensure effective governance beyond 2023 once they get into the saddle. A former governor of Zamfara State and Senator-elect Abdulaziz Yari's meeting with the leaders of the amalgamated All Progressives Congress support groups is concerned about the leadership of the 10th National Assembly and the role of the Northwest geopolitical zone.
This election in 2023 give us a kind of opener that religion, ethnicity cannot win. Yes. What can do is what I believe in. So Nigerians still have confidence in us. It's not marred by our religion, considering the Muslim.
He has already articulated about 10 items out of the new hope. 25% of our budget will go to education.
Stakeholders have agreed to key into the proposed government of national competence by the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu through constructive engagements. In Abuja, Salihu Gonara, NTA News.
Former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Usman Bayero Nafada has made a clarion call to the People's Democratic Party members-elect in the House of Reps from the 19 northern states and to be united and focused on discharging their responsibilities. This was at an interactive session in Abuja with members-elect on the task ahead for the 10th Assembly. Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports.
These are some of the members-elect in the House of Representatives from the 19 northern states of Nigeria, meeting at the instance of former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Bayero Nafada. They are in Abuja to chart a course for a formidable opposition party that will change the narrative in the National Assembly.
Whatever we are trying to do in the Assembly, we should try to copy those who you met in the Assembly because they know the nooks and corners of the National Assembly.
PDP members-elect in the House agreed to work together to unite the country while calling on the ruling party to ensure equity and fairness in handling national issues.
We are going as an opposition, we are going to work with the ruling party to bring out the best in the legislature.
The interest is to develop the society, is to improve the common man. We will be working with them.
At the moment, PDP has more than 100 representatives, members-elect, to represent their constituencies in the Green Chamber. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Still on political matters, the national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, has refuted the report in some quarters alleging his removal from office by Supreme Court ruling. In a media conference in Abuja, Victor Oye dismissed the alleged report that the Supreme Court ruling on March 24, 2023 affirmed one Edozie Njoku as the national chairman of APGA. Oye stated that he remains the authentic national chairman of the party, having certified all requirements needed by law, and urged members of the public to disregard such information which he described as baseless and unfounded falsehood.
Because it is the responsibility of INEC to conduct national conventions, register political parties, coordinate or supervise the operations. That's the responsibility of INEC. INEC knows who is who. If anybody is in doubt, call INEC today. Say, INEC, did Edozie Njoku hold any national convention? There was none. Where did he get the judgment he was parading?
He explained that the Supreme Court had upheld the Kano Appeal Court ruling on the matter in 2021. And now back to the electoral umpire. INEC has fixed Wednesday 29th, Thursday 30th and Friday 31st March 2023 for the issuance of certificates of return to governors and deputy governors-elect, as well as state assembly members-elect. The presentation will take place in INEC offices in each state of the Federation. A statement by INEC National Chairman Festus Okoye says specific dates for the issuance of the certificates shall be communicated to those elected by the resident electoral commissioners and administrative secretaries of the various states. Meanwhile, INEC has reacted to a video on social media alleging that aggrieved youths have attacked the residence of the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, in Bauchi. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC chairman, Rotimi Oyekomi, notes that the property being purportedly attacked does not belong to the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. The INEC chairman does not own the property in question in either Bauchi or anywhere else around the world. This narrative is indeed the latest in the series of desperate smear campaign efforts by mischief makers. The public should disregard it. Now we head to Borno State now, as the governor, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, has assured that the over 20,000 agrarian refugees of Borno extraction in Chad will be returned home after the Ramadan fast. The governor, who is also the vice chairman of the National Committee on Repatriation, Return and Resettlement of IDPs, as well as management of repentant Boko Haram members, disclosed this when he visited the refugees who have spent 8 years at Darussalam camp in Chad Republic. Mohammed Goni reports.
The federal government established a special committee on repatriation, return and resettlement of IDPs and management of repentant Boko Haram members in the northeast, which has the vice president, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, as chairman, while the Borno State Governor, Babagana Umar Zulum, serves as the vice chairman. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum had interacted with the refugees, the UNHCR, among other donor partners, on the possibility of ensuring voluntary repatriation to their ancestral homes.
Let me also use this opportunity to commiserate with our people that are living here in Bagasola as refugees for the last 8 years. I want to convey the greetings of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and indeed my greetings to all of them.
Governor Zulum said they will work in collaboration with all relevant authorities to do the needful in compliance with Kampala Convention, and further disclosed that President Muhammadu Buhari has already released the sum of 15 billion naira to the committee in the northeast to carry out the assignment effectively. Governor Zulum thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for all his support, the Chadian authorities for their concern and hospitality to the refugees, as well as UNHCR, among other donors, for their unrelenting support to the refugees throughout the 8 years of their stay in Chad. Senior Protection Officer of the UNHCR, Patrick Malumba, said the UNHCR OCHA has been working with the refugees and the Chadian authorities in the area of humanitarian support since 2015, and there has been a cordial relationship, adding that 67% of the over 20,000 refugees have shown interest to be returned home. Representative of the refugees, Bulama Usman and Haja Pati, both thanked Professor Zulum for his support and concern for their plight and expressed happiness over his visit and their willingness to return home. Governor of Lak Province, Adam Mustafa Ibrahim expressed happiness over the cordial relationship existing between Chad Republic and Nigerian authorities, particularly Borno State, and assured to continue supporting Borno refugees until they are repatriated home.
The first phase of the repatriation exercise will take place after the Ramadan.
5,000 sefa was given to each of the refugees as part of support to them. In Maiduguri, Mohamed Goni, NTA News.
And we're from Borno now. The Nigerian Army has refuted Reuters reports on alleged illegal abortion and human rights abuse against the armed forces in the ongoing Operation Hadinke in the northeast. Amenka Marachuk reports that the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, while appearing before the Special Independent Investigative Panel on Human Rights Violations in the Northeast, described the report as false.
Reuters in one of these reports alleged that groups of Nigerian army in ongoing counter-insurgency operations in the northeast is conducting an illegal abortion on victims of terrorism in the region. This, the Independent Investigative Panel fact-finding mission on the alleged abuses committed in the northeast, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, while appearing before the panel, described the allegations as false and baseless, stressing that the Nigerian Army is a professional institution guided by defined international rules of engagement and standard practice.
We take life very, very seriously of our colleagues and of the people we are there to protect. That's our job.
The commission is expected to visit some places in the northeast where the alleged human rights abuses took place. In Abuja, Omeka Machku, NTA News.
Looking at other issues now, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says it will redouble effort to curbing the circulation and distribution of illicit and unapproved products in the market. This was at the North Central Zonal Media Sensitization on the dangers of bleaching cream and regulatory control in Jos. Ijoma Uzomena reports.
Members of the Association of Nigerian Health Journalists gathered here for the North Central Zone media sensitization on the dangers of bleaching cream and regulatory controls. Findings revealed that the use of skin bleaching creams was prevalent among 77% of Nigerian women. As a result, the sensitization of the media has become necessary because of the harmful effects of bleaching creams such as cancer, damage to vital organs, skin burn, premature skin aging, among others.
The skin that God has created you with is a skin that you need to guide it jealously.
There are so many dangerous chemicals that are used in bleaching creams, including formalin.
The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Adeyeye, says the agency is curbing the circulation and distribution of illicit and unapproved products in the market.
This sensitization workshop is a training, as I've said, for all the journalists. Even your colleagues that are not here, the message should go to them so that we can carry it along and we tell the people of Nigeria to tell them that there is something that they needed to do to be able to preserve their lives, save their lives, and also save their money.
Resource person spoke extensively on the role of media in promoting public health in Nigeria, safe handling of chemical evaluation, and agencies' regulatory control of cosmetics in the country. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
This is Weekend File. Time for a break. Please stay.
From the 3rd of May to 7th of May 2023,
the National Population Commission will be conducting a comprehensive population and housing census to generate reliable, sustainable, and up-to-date data needed for policy formulation, security, national planning, and development.
Population and housing census, we go make life better, because our government to give the use.
National Population and Housing Census 2023. It's your civic responsibility. Please support it. The 2023 Population and Housing Census is being conducted by the National Population Commission.
Personal digital assistants,
PDAs, will be deployed countrywide for the census exercise. Nigeria's 2023 Population and Housing Census. You count. Be counted.
My people, my name is Emeka. Meku's car mats. Let me get all this motor. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when we get bust, then my eye open. I don't know say that 419 be. Now when EFCC babam, now they come bab me too. Now he make me they warn you. All of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money. Well, I go sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. Yeah, make una shine in my eye because the special control unit against money laundering, when they call SCUMO, they don't want say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If it pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Can I go where bank? If you don't do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go shut them down, matter for your hand. No talk say I know 1 year.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
New So Clean concentrated detergent. 2 times the work, 2 times the speed, 2 times the strength. To win, we know what it takes. New So Clean 30% concentrated detergent. Now with 2 times the cleaning power. So Clean. For a faster, brighter, cleaner wash. With 2 times the cleaning power. So Clean, the official regional partner of Paris Saint-Germain.
My son has always dreamt of being in the spotlight. That's why I give him Bornvita for everyday vitality that gives him the strength to pursue his dreams. Bornvita, strength to dream.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes.
To disinfect your toilet, you need Harpic 10X.
It is specially made for germs and stains removal.
Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning. Wow! Now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
The next house is yours.
Never again should this happen. We have passed through this path before, and it was not good for us. I remember the horror, the crime, the blood, dead bodies everywhere. I almost lost my mind. I could not sleep. I remember the cry of innocent children. Many lives were changed forever. We shall never go through that path again. Let us all stand in solidarity with our armed forces, our men and women. All who must stand in truth, in honesty, to build a vibrant nation, a nation that you and I can be proud of.
Bye, Mom.
He's going to play in this weather. Why did you let him go? He might fall ill. And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with germ defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of germs, and Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Welcome back. The beginning of every new administration usually comes with a lot of hopes and dreams. As preparations are on for a successful transition, the citizens across the country are hoping that the incoming governors will make a difference. Muhammad Umar Ajinge sought to find out the expectations of the people from the new governors-elect in their various states.
As various states set up transition committees for a successful handover of mantle of leadership from one administration to another, residents of states like Kaduna, Kano, and Jigawa are full of hopes, but with different expectations from the governors-elect. In Kaduna State, most of the citizens have high expectations, as they believe the incoming governor, Senator Obasani, is coming to continue from where Governor El-Rufai stopped in the aspect of massive infrastructural development.
His own manifesto is also named the Sustained Manifesto, meaning he's going to sustain the legacy of Malam Nasir El-Rufai.
Upgrade of the life of the common man. It is something that is very, very important to the government of Obasani. Then nurturing citizen engagement. That's to carry people along.
But in Kano State, where the current administration is handing over power to a different political party, the people want the governor-elect to deliver his campaign promises, even though they encourage him to continue the good projects started by the APC.
I would like him to ensure that he carries everybody along.
There is need for careful selection of those who will come onto the government and help it achieve its objectives and policy aims.
However, in Jigawa State, the people believe it is a continuous government, as the deputy governor will now be at helm of affairs to move ahead with plans and projects started.
Women should be included in all governance, from the political appointment and even the administrative part of it.
The main focus to my own mind is human development, developing the people, not developing the materials.
Though the citizens have different expectations from the new leaders in their respective states, they all want the incoming governors to be more creative in terms of sourcing for revenue, not to keep depending on the federal government basket. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
And I have joining me live in the studio to discuss the expectations from the governors-elect, the national president of One Nigeria Group, Muhammad Salih Hassan. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Now we have governors-elect, 26 at the moment. Yes. What do you think they should be focusing on at the moment?
Well, to this particular moment, I think to whom much is given, much is expected. So I think they should focus less on politics and then focus on forming a cabinet that will meet up the expectations and yearnings of the people. And this cabinet should be formed by women and youths particularly, so that they can be able to use those particular people that voted for them, and they are full of high expectations on them and so on. So they should focus on women and youths and ensure that they get the right people to fit into the cabinet so that they meet the yearnings of the people. And also they should take a look at the developmental projects of their predecessors and also their failures, then take a cue from it and see how they will work and ensure that they give people what they deserve.
All right, beautiful. I like your response. The fact that you mentioned that they should give attention to women and youths actually gladdens my heart. It's very important to carry women along in governance. That's the only way you can actually produce a lot of results.
Absolutely.
And then talking about producing results, most of the states in the country, the main issue is the fact that the states are plural in nature when you talk about culture and talk about religion, and sometimes it causes some kind of setback in terms of governance.
Yeah.
So how do you think these governors can manage the situation?
Yeah, I think they should also bring on board the custodians of culture, such as the traditional rulers, and as well bring in the religious leaders, the pastors, the imams, bring them very close to them and probably engage them time to time and ensure that they get their advices, and also they tell them to go and talk to the people to live peacefully and in harmony. And then also the government should also encourage peaceful coexistence and unity, because in fact the strength of this country is in the diversity, and they should also form an all-inclusive government whereby all religions, all cultures will reflect the cabinet will reflect all various interest groups and ensure that no group is left behind. That is very key and important for them to do.
Beautiful. Important that everybody's carried along. Talking about the governors-elect now, at the moment we have 9 governors that are returning. That's governors, incumbent who, actually sought re-election.
Yes.
9 at the moment.
Yes.
And then the others are coming in afresh. One other issue, besides the plurality we already talked about in states, is the fact that a lot of states are in debt. Yes. So how do you think that the governors coming in, especially those who are coming in afresh, who do not know what's on the table, who expect the governance to be a tea party, and then they come in and they find out there's no money anywhere. So how do you think they can deal with that issue?
Yeah, in dealing with that, I think the state should also start thinking of areas where they will be able to boost revenue, not thinking of monthly subvention from the center at all the times, particularly the agrarian states. They have a lot of advantage, whereby if they engage youths in it and also start investing in programs of poverty alleviation and the rest of it, and those agrarian states can be able to farm and do so many other things that can be able to generate revenue. And that can only be done by engaging youths and also having a very peaceful environment. And these are all the things I think they could require to do that as well before they are able to settle.
Yeah, beautiful response. Of course, we look forward to governors thinking outside of the box and looking at how investors can actually come into the state, to help, get things moving.
Yeah.
All right, things are still moving on Weekend File. We'll take a break.
Yeah.
After that, we'll be right back.
Heat of the summer, Okada seats feel like hot plates, and Danfo buses feel like extremely hot ovens. Walking on the road feels like walking on hot coals.
How do I cope with this heat?
And how do I cope with that bad odor?
By staying 5 degrees cooler.
Body odor is caused by germs, and on hot days, the sweating and the odor are more. That's why you need to get the new improved Dettol Cool Soap, which offers up to 5 degrees instant cooling sensation and protects you from 99.9% odor-causing germs. Dettol 5-Degree Cool Soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
When life gets busy, you can always rely on GoTV to make things a little easier. Upgrade to the next package and we'll boost you to a higher package for free. GoTV. Love it.
REFARM is the umbrella association of the over 12 million Nigerian rice farmers. Through the administration of good and quality extension services, the Nigerian rice farmer has imbibed good agronomic practices, as a result of which the average yield per hectare, which used to be 1 ton as at 2015, is today 5 metric tons. This has resulted to the increase of the national production from 3 million per annum to 9 million tons per annum. As a result of this, today Nigeria is the largest producer of rice in Africa. Since the beginning of 2015, or the beginning of Ankoboa program, Nigeria has officially not imported any rice into the country. All these successes could not have been achieved without the political will of Mr. President.
Efficiency and quality. National Center for Women Development. A home away from home. With our newly renovated rooms and conference facilities, the facility has a standard, single, and double rooms. We are second to none in Abuja and uncomparable to none. We also have standby power source. Visit us today at the National Center for Women Development, Central District Area, opposite Central Bank of Nigeria Headquarters, Abuja, or telephone 070-511-1163, or visit our website www.ncwd.gov.ng. National Center for Women Development, Rebranding, Restructuring, and Repositioning.
A body has been found, possibly a child.
I think I have something.
I think it's another ritual murder.
Stop!
Oh, that's the cover we saw this morning.
So what do we know about these so-called senior cult members?
It appears their real strength lies in the members now in government, judiciary, business, and the police.
Now this is getting interesting.
The yearnings of the people of Benue State for an improved standard of living development for Greater Benue informed their choice of Reverend Father Hyacinth Alaya of the APC as the winner of the just concluded governorship election in the state. Elias ETF examines the factors that brought about the victory of Reverend Father Hyacinth Alaya and the expectations of the residents from the incoming government.
Prior to the 2023 general elections, campaigns by various political parties were centered around issues of insecurity, occasioned by sustained attacks on communities leading to the displacement of several persons from their ancestral homes. Also notable were concerns of backlog of salaries, pensions, and gratuities. These issues, according to analysts, contributed largely to the outcome of the governorship elections, which saw an opposition party, the APC candidate, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alaya, winning the election. It is often said that uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. The expectations on the emergence of Reverend Father Hyacinth Alaya as a governor-elect in the state may not be different from this adage, owing to the realities that are staring in the face of the Benue State populace.
We will clear the backlog of arrears of salaries, resettle our IDPs in their ancestral homes, address persistent insecurity challenges, and set the stage for a prosperous Benue.
For some residents, the governor-elect must walk the talk by bringing positive changes in the economy.
I want him to address the issue of payment of salaries.
I expect that welfare, it is only people that are alive that can enjoy any capital project that is being executed by the government. He has visited the IDP camp. He knows that those people, he has even promised them that he will take them back home. He doesn't compromise his decision. And I fully believe that he will work towards that.
For others, the revival of moribund agro-industries and downsizing of political appointees should be prioritized. In Makudi, Elias, ETF, NTA News.
All right, many thanks for that report all the way from Benue State. Now, back to my guest in the studio, Mohammed Saleh Hassan. You just watched that report from Benue, and you heard expectations of residents of Benue State for their new governor, Reverend Father. But looking at the challenges in most states, every state has the challenge of insecurity and, of course, unemployment. How do you think that can be tackled?
Yeah, well, in that aspect, I think more engagement of the youths as well, and then there is also need for them to also use the police. The police will spearhead training of vigilante groups that will keep peace, but is a double edged sword thing, whereby you can only use stick and carrot in this area purposely, because you cannot achieve fighting insecurity with just the guns and bullets and the rest of it. Engaging the youths is very, very significant, whereby when you engage them, that energy will be channeled into positive things, because an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So when you engage the youths, we will definitely have some more peace in the states, because if you look at the Lagos template that was brought by Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 1999, you remember the way Lagos used to be Agboro all over the places here and there, but he created a very good template whereby he didn't even have to put too much vigilantes and use the police and the rest of it, He just made sure that those youths
got them engaged.
Yeah, gainfully employed, so they are working and they are no more on the streets. He took them virtually off the streets, and then Babatunde Raji Fashola came and then, latched on that, continued with that particular template, and today you can see that Lagos is one of the best states in this country, in fact, a center of excellence, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa.
I'm sure a lot of states, state governors-elect watching you now would want to beat that record and, of course, do better. But, when we talk about, the issues and how governors can actually, solve some of these problems, sometimes they get some kind of, if you like, problems or disturbance from opposition parties. Governors-elect may have good plans, how they want to go about it, but opposition political parties who lost in the election will look for ways on how to make sure that your government is unstable, how to make sure that you do not perform, just so that they can get an opportunity in the next 4 years. So getting the opposition party to move along with you also is also key in succeeding. How well, or what do you think, in your own opinion, that the governors who are coming on board on May 29 can actually get the opposition political parties to join them to build their states?
Yeah, formation of government of national of unity. That is what is key for them. Bringing in the opposition party and the rest of them, because politics is now gone. So they should forget about the rhetorics during the campaign and the rest of it, and then bringing people together, because they are now governors of their respective states, not governors of their own political parties. So they should be able to bring in people together. And then, because the opposition also have their own idea. So I think they could cross-fertilize ideas and then get focused and then work for their people, because the essence of democracy is to rise the status of a common man, not to advocate poverty on him. So, and also they should also look at some of the opposition, since they cannot be able to carry all along. They look at the others like they are mirror. So let them not look at them like enemies or something of that nature. So that will help them shape whatever they are doing, and then be able to meet up with the yearnings of the people and give them democratic dividends.
All right, so giving the people democratic dividends, that's of course what every Nigerian wants to see. Many thanks, Mohammed Salih Hassan, president of the One Nigeria Group, for joining us on Weekend File tonight. We appreciate your insights, and of course, I'm sure many governors-elect would want to key into some of the advice you've given. I'm sure maybe one or two may want to call you too, so maybe you.
Thank you very much.
With them, so you can be able to carry the people along. Many thanks once again.
Thank you so much. We will all that advice and also give people that directive to be able to live peacefully and also support their governors and their leaders at any point at all levels. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. So let's take another break now. Please stay with us.
Thank you.
And I'm from Abeokuta, Ogun State. Actually, I just got here coming from United States as a frequent flyer into Nigeria. I've never been to this airport. I've kind of heard about it, but I've never seen it. So when I came out from the airport, I was kind of disoriented a little bit, like what's going on here?
I'm Comrade Derigo Ahidiame. I'm from Edo State, Nigeria. I'm coming from a trip. I've passed through so many African countries before getting to this place. When I saw Nigeria airport, I marveled.
So I just want to commend the work that's been done here. It's a beautiful place. I mean, I made quite some videos and pictures, unlike the other airports.
Kudos to the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari.
And I give it up to Buhari for giving us this beautiful airport. I hope the maintenance culture kicks in.
They are real. They are the drama queens of Abuja.
If you're not real, you will be consumed, okay?
calling me Mom Joe.
You have an intruder in the house. The meter of the disgrace is rising. You're old.
Who said I need deliverance? Ha! Deliverance!
It wasn't me. She got me on the wasn't me. Arafat pulled me aside for a chat. No.
The Real Housewives of Abuja, only on Showmax.
To watch this and other Showmax originals, simply add Showmax to your DSTV subscription using the My DSTV app.
Minister of Interior Rauf Aribushala has condoled with the family of the Hajia Aisha Ahmed Rufai, who died last Monday after a brief illness. Habibu Husseini reports that late Aisha Rufai was the secretary of the Board of Civil Service, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services.
The minister, accompanied by the controllers of the Nigeria Correctional Service, Nigeria Fire Service, Nigeria Immigration and the Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, was at the residence of the late Aisha Rufai to condole with the bereaved family. Late Aisha Ahmed Rufai, born in 1960, died Monday, 20th March after a brief illness. Rauf Aribushala described late Aisha Rufai as a committed and hardworking fellow who served the country meritoriously.
She was such a dutiful officer, innovative and resourceful. I pray that Allah will forgive our shortcomings.
Members of the family express appreciation for the gesture.
It is very unfortunate for her death, because not only the family, but for the nation in general, because really we miss her. Like what the minister said, really what she did within the 18 months, it is very fantastic.
Late Aisha Ahmed Rufai is survived by children and grandchildren. In Kano, Habib Hussein, NTA News.
And that concludes Weekend File tonight. Many thanks for being a part of it. Please remember that the fight against rape and rapists is still on. Speak up and take action. I'm Ian Ray John. Have a good night.